Welcome back to Whatever Garage, where we continue to operate on this car. Let's get started. Alright guys, we obviously have an electrical problem, and everything is coming from right here, okay? We are finally timed correctly, but we still have a problem with this. And this is a cheap Chinese knockoff of a GM distributor. I have ordered a brand new GM distributor, but it won't be here for several days. Oh, along with the distributor, I've ordered new HEI wires, which these are HEI wires, and they're only a year old. These are actually MSD superconductor spark plug wires, the 8.5 millimeter. Anyway, I did buy the cheap ones last time. One of them went bad, and like I said, they're a year and a half old. Obviously, the first culprit was the timing, which I had screwed up. The second culprit, I'm gonna say, is going to be that intake. I think we have that part settled. And then the third culprit is the electrical, okay? I keep referring back to the wires I trimmed back, but that has absolutely nothing to do with this motor starting. This motor is getting power. It's getting the full, 12 volts and 10.8 to 11 under cranking. It's grounded. The starter's grounded. So that doesn't explain why we're only hitting on 4 cylinders, okay? Everything just comes back to this. So I'm getting rid of this piece of shit and putting in a GM replacement part. And if we still have a problem from there, then I'll take it to a real mechanic. Because to be honest with you, I already called my guy who I normally use, but he's booked up until May. So that's why I decided to start working on it again to see if I could figure it out. Because I'd already given up. I hate to give up. I don't like giving up. I'm already missing the warm weather when I should be driving this. I don't know what to tell you. You followed along in this, and most of you who give constructive criticism or ideas see what I'm doing. So tell me what you think I'm doing wrong. Recap, not the original engine, okay? This is a mid-80s crate motor. Has no electrical connectors back to the car other than, the power. Nothing else is controlled by a computer. The computer that's in this car does nothing. Remember, that engine was pulled, that harness was snipped. What else? She ran great when she pulled in here. Had one minor little oil leak that I just couldn't get over. Had to take it apart. I guess that'll teach you. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, the day is here. It finally arrived, and I say finally because it came early. But I was working on another project yesterday to get my mind off the Corvette. While I open this, I'm going to tell you a story, okay? I joined a Corvette forum website years ago. Well, I posted my first comment on there the other day, and I explained my situation with this 81, and then of course people come back with more questions, and I answered those, and as they put it, they said I wasted my money on this. They said this is not my problem. Some of them were like, it's exhaust, your cats are blocked up. Well, I don't have catalytic converter, so no, it's not that, but a good possibility. Or good thought. So this one gentleman was talking about everything boils down to it changed when you put in the intake. Well, that's what I've been saying. And he was like, it goes back to that. So you need to take it all back apart and see where you made your mistake. And I know that. I've been thinking that. I wanted to avoid that. Who likes to admit that they're wrong, right? I'm opening this box the complete wrong way, but who gives a shit? And today, if this does not work, I mean, I'm gonna try this anyway, just to make me feel better. What we have here are stickers, new set of plugs, and they are HEI plugs. 8mm, low resistance, high EMI suppression, silicone sleeves. You gotta love these California warnings. Cancer and reproductive harm. What the hell doesn't? All right, well, let's look at them real quick just to make sure. I thought I ordered ones I didn't have to make. I gotta make them. At least one end. No, don't. What's the one that was open then? There was one in there that is open. Has no end to it. I promise you, I'm not imagining things. Those are all good. See, told you. There was one, but the other 8 are fine. All right, never mind. I have new plugs. Notice their color, black. It's the theme here, right? Oh, look at that. They provide the little block for doing the crimping. Hey, thumbs up to them. Where's this stuff made? This is MSD. It's an MSD brand. It says Street Fire. Assembled in Mexico. Doesn't say where it's made, but it was assembled in Mexico. Looks good. Now, one thing I love about ordering from places like this, look at all the paper that they provide you as packing material. That's 5 sheets. That is perfect for taping on your car for paint. So make sure you save that stuff, because it's usually, I say usually, complete squares. And since I'm going to be doing a lot of body work and priming, that's perfect. Look at all that paper. You could do a freaking side of a car with all this. There. That's plenty. Plenty more. Actually, I didn't spend a lot, but I tried to make sure it was not a Chinese distributor. I did not want to spend $350 on the Davis Unified one that I really want. I really want to get one of those, but $350 is not reasonable when you have a family. Okay, at least not in my situation right now. All right, more cancer warnings. All right. Now, I'll tell you the item number once I show it to you. Got this from Speedway. Like I said, I liked it because it's hopefully because it's American made, and 2, because it matches the color scheme I wanted to go with. I know, real professional, right? It's all black. Look at that. Look at that. See? I just heard something rattle. That's not good. Wait a minute. It didn't come with a new damn... Oh, yeah, it did. Came with a new gasket. That's a nice thick one, too. We're going to grease these up before we put them in. Maybe that's what I heard. I heard something. All right, she turns. She's got all the little things. That's already connected. They feel good. They feel like they're in place. They're not coming out. Take the cap off of that. Save it. All right, so we have us an HEI distributor in black, not chrome. It is item number JM6501ABK. All right, and that's at Speedway. And for this and the plugs, the MSD plug wires, was $180. All right. Hopefully, it's not Chinesium. Hopefully. But, like they said in the forum, like I was telling you, I know I'm doing a lot of talking here, sorry. They said this will not cure my problem. So, we're going to try it first. And then we'll take the new intake off and put the old one on. And just go back to the original and spare me what's taken, seems like 2 months now. I really want to drive my car. Then we can start body working it. All right, how's that sound? So we're going to take off these wires. These wires are only a year and a half old. All right, that one's not on there very well. But as you can tell, they were on there. Sasha came in for a visit. She hurt her foot this morning, so we had a bandage on it, and I put a sock on her foot, and well, she just got it off. She seems to be okay though, but I'm gonna let her stay in here for a while, just as punishment. All right, we'll go put this away. Where are you, Sasha? Oh, there you are. Taking number one out. And I want to pop off this little thing so we can watch the intake on number one. Verify everything, okay? We're verifying everything. How many times I gotta tell you that? We're verifying everything. All right, there's number one. She's wet and a little dirty. Not bad though. I got my brush right over here. I'll show you. Actually, hopefully you can focus on that. See, it's wet, just a little dirty. I mean, not even much. I mean, look. Okay. And we'll check the gap again. Should be good. Looks good. I'm supposed to be at 45 to 50 with HEI. See? Got a little gapalizer here, gauge thing. Gapalizer. I like that. And she is like 46. She's good. Keep her on that side. The way I did this last time, since it's just me, here it is. I have a little rubber cap. Hopefully you can see I got a little rubber cap that I stick in the spark plug hole instead of my finger, and it shoots it out so much better. All right, we have that. Don't you dare come off. She reeks of fuel. We're gonna have to do another oil change on this. So I want to say too much fuel and you can, what, slip a bearing? Whatever it's called. But hey, she'll be clean. There we go. She's down. Coming up. Boom! Alright, I got interrupted. My dad called. He's like 82 years old, and he's getting ready to drive 900 miles to Chicago. I mean, it's for a funeral, I understand that, but man, at your age, damn, just fly. That's a long way to drive for, hell, I wouldn't want to drive it now, and I'm 56. I'll get this loosened with my hand here. And out comes the original to this car distributor. Here we have the new distributor. Take the top off. This one comes with a gasket, which is good because when I took the last one off, it did not have one. So I've been popping things on and off so much I forgot. Everything looks good. Nothing loose, wires connected, everything screwed down. Alright. Hold on a second. Get where I want. I think I need to be right there. That will have to do. Alright? She may be a little too far forward, but we'll go with that for right now. She's within the ballpark. Of course, she's got a different thickness base than the other ones. Make sure she's down all the way. She is. Another thing, on the forums, I asked about this, the wiring that I cut, and they said that has absolutely nothing to do with the motor. So, I will trust people with more expertise than myself. All right, we're not plugging anything in yet until we get the, I was gonna say the wires on, but we need to put the valve cover back on. That might be a little important, unless we want oil spraying everywhere. It's not gonna spray. Only if it starts, then it'll spray. Now, one of y'all did make mention, there was Mr. Everett Dean, or Dean Everett. Again, shitty memory, I forgot which way it goes. Made comment that's the wrong alternator bracket. You may be right, sir. I don't know. It came with the car. I know it's different than the other Corvette. I thought maybe it was just something newer. I mean, it says it comes on some of these models. I don't know which ones or why it would be different. But I mean, I like it. It's lightweight, so you know, race car stuff. It's aluminum. What length wires we have. All right. Touching the header. Don't do that. Yeah, she's definitely gonna have to go underneath. All right. Checking these. They are all the header side. Remember, the other side's rounded. All we have to do now is try and start her. All right, here we go. Make sure there's no tools in the way. Nothing on there. These. Move outside. You're not gonna have your stuff. Alright, give her a little tap. She's happy. Please start. Same bullshit. You know what that means, right? No, same bullshit as always. I forgot to plug the power in. That's what the problem is. It is the operator. Now watch it backfire since I've given it gas. I'm sitting inside the car this time. All right, Scott, you're still an idiot. Plug in the distributor. She is going to go boom. too much timing. And she's got a valve leak somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we're done. All right, on that depressing bombshell, we're now gonna take the motor back apart. Don't know what else to do. I have obviously missed something, or that intake is just totally foobar. Needless to say, we're putting the original back on. I am not a mechanic, so I do not do stuff in one day. I'll start taking it apart now, and we'll see how far we get, okay? Yeah. Sorry, guys. All right, everything on the intake is undone. We're ready to lift it off to see what the problem is. Let me get you in for a closer view. I'll drain the antifreeze. I'm looking down in there and it just looks wet. Well, she's on there snug, I'll give her that. No, okay. Well, we did our job right. She's on there nice and firm. Just gotta figure out how to get her off without damaging anything. Tell me she wasn't sealed. What do you see right off the bat? Anything? I don't. Shit. We gotta go farther. We gotta go to head gaskets. What in the hell? Oh, what I do want to show. Let's look underneath this. Okay, see that? All right, tell me my China wall wasn't sealed, huh? Look at that. I didn't slap her together. Everything looked sealed correctly. But she can go to hell. We're putting the original back in. Damn it. Anybody want to buy a high air gap intake? I'm just looking for anything unusual. She's sealed perfectly around there. Perfectly. And that came off the intake. I know that for a fact. Sorry, but I sealed it. I don't know what else to tell you. But we gotta go lower. We go lower, we gotta take off the exhaust. All right, good progress. but if I have to guess, I'm gonna say the blown head gasket is between 4 and 6. The reason I say that, 4 and 6 both had coolant on them, so that's probably a good guess, huh? None of the others did. And remember, it was only coming out of this tailpipe. So, there you go. Let's get these heads off. Got a lot of bolts to get to, and I'm leaving the headers in place, which is gonna make it difficult to get the bottom layer of bolts off. So, bear with me. All right, looks like we may have an issue with number 6 because she's bent again. We're gonna have to look into that. Well, as you can see, yeah, we blew a head gasket. Not just a little seepage, she was storing quite a bit in here. So I hope you can see it as I'm in the way here. Looking at this, is my damn hand seal leaking? I think we can ignore that for now. What are you doing, dude? Why? We have 2 different sizes. I forgot, I had 2 different bolts in here. I'll be right back. Watch the rainfall. You know what? I started taking both sides of this motor apart and then realized, dummy, it's only blown on one side. Why take both sides off? Oh, out of abundance of caution, probably. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. Why are these not fitting? Oh, it's just the one that's it's not the right size. My bad. And you know what? Yes, a lift would be really nice. Let me see. Yeah, that's the correct way. Is that enough? Yep. Oh, you know what? I thought of something. I don't know what's holding this on. Oh, the temp sensor. It won't fall down. All this to replace one gasket. Come on here. There you go. You guys just stick right there. I'll be right back. Well, not that I actually needed the proof, but I am stronger than steel. Not just once, but twice. Maybe now I'll get out my impact bits. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're all here for, to see how bad it is. And the funny thing is, I was thinking to myself, I may have already said this, I don't know. The head's blown on this side. So why did I take the other side apart? I could have saved myself quite a bit of work. Never fails. All right, let me get you in a good position so you can see this as I pull it off. All right, you can't get much more in your face than that. Let's see if I got the strength to do this today. Oh yeah, I forgot they're aluminum. Oh shit. Yeah, we're in trouble, guys. We're in trouble. What in the holy hell has happened? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We need a new head. How did this happen? All right, guys, let me show you the damage, and it's substantial. That piston is dinged all up. And yeah, I'm pouring oil everywhere right now, but I don't really care. Let's look over here. This is the bad part. Yeah, the head's all chewed up. How could that have happened? Would something have to be in there to have done that? I mean, it would have had to have. Look at it. Something was in there and beat it all to hell. But nothing fell out. Oh my God. Not happy. She's not gonna be fixed anytime soon. That saga may have just ended for a while, guys. Alright guys, this is utter disaster. That engine is toast. And yeah, I can fix it. It's just going to cost money, and no, I do not have an endless supply of that. I still have a vacation coming up, and those cost money, but the vacation's first because that's family oriented. So this goes on the back burner. Does that mean we're not going to be coming back? No, that does not mean that. That means we have to shift what we're doing. Remember, we have another car. Alright, so remember the backfire we had originally that my neighbor came and checked with me on? I think that might have been the culprit. Because do you remember the bent push rods? Yeah, I do. And we did check the cylinder to see if the valves were bent. And I don't recall there being any visible damage in there, but I did recall it being really wet. And I just thought it was a lot of fuel. So much for that. Even though I am upset, I am not beside myself with grief. Okay? There is light at the end of the tunnel. But I can't tell you what it is. You'll have to tune in next time and see. I have an idea. I went back and forth with myself over this idea. And then I talked to my wife about it, and she agreed with me. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Put in the comments if you can guess what you think it might be. And thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me on this little adventure. Sorry it ended on a down note. But if you would, remember to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and leave comments. This has been Whatever Garage, out.